Although 100 Thieves ultimately lost to Team Liquid 3-0 in the NALCS finals, the result of the series doesn't exactly reflect the fight that they were putting up throughout the games. In fact, it was 100 Thieves that were often the ones making aggressive plays, despite sometimes having gold deficits in their games. However, they were a little careless in their engagements. It didn't look like they were ready for Team Liquid to react to what they were doing, and what ended up happening is they would sometimes do Team Liquid's work for them. It also felt like while they were making good decisions for skirmishes and tower dives, sometimes their execution would fail, which would result in some unneeded deaths. Now I'm going to take a look at Game 1 and analyze how 100 Thieves were able to recognize exactly what needed to happen in order to find that perfect initiation that, well, almost led them to win the game. Now, before we analyze the play, it's important to look at the different team compositions so we get a better feel of what's likely to happen in a fight. For example, if one team has a Syndra, it's likely she's going to press R and outplay an enemy carry. Or if a team has Yasuo on it, they're going to lose. Because science. Taking a look at 100 Thieves team, they have an absurd amount of lockdown in Ornn, Skarner, Ryze, and also Alistar. However, when it comes to more long-ranged initiation, they're kind of only relying on Ornn's ult, or possibly a flash, headbutt, pulverize combo from Alistar. Team Liquid, on the other hand, has Braum, and what Braum does is he completely negates any type of initiation from Ornn simply by using his E, Unbreakable, which is clearly demonstrated at around 22 minutes into Game 1. And this interaction between these champions heavily influences how the game plays out because Braum's E will stop Ornn from ever using his ult in order to initiate from a long range. At 24 minutes into the game, Team Liquid splits up the map 1-3-1, putting their solo laners in the side lanes in order to push them out and get some pressure. Meanwhile, 100 Thieves is grouping up around the mid lane and Baron. But Team Liquid feels that they're not going to get engaged upon because, number one, they know Alistar no longer has Flash, because he used it a little bit earlier, and they know that Braum is going to be able to block any sort of Ornn ultimate. However, while trying to fight for vision control around Baron, Braum steps in, he gets scared by Ryze, and he decides to use his E in order to minimize the damage he takes. And this is where 100 Thieves immediately jump into initiation mode. And this is why I love this play so much. It's because you can clearly see the moment that 100 Thieves recognizes Braum used his E, and it won't be up for another 14 seconds, and that is their opportunity to go and converge onto the Caitlyn in the mid lane. We can even notice that not all of 100 Thieves are actually in proper position to start this fight. Meteos is down on the side coming out of his jungle, and Cody-san just barely reaches the Caitlyn in order to finish her off. So they understood that that was their moment to engage, and they couldn't wait anymore. And it doesn't even stop there, because the next play 100 Thieves makes is something that I also really love. So, after they get the Caitlyn pick, they start moving towards Baron, which is a location they already have vision control in. And while most of the team members start doing the Baron, we notice Aphromoo actually steps to the side, starts waiting in the bush. And this is a very clever play because normally you'd expect an Alistar to play a more active role in zoning out your opponents to come to the Baron. But Aphromoo and 100 Thieves realize that Team Liquid is going to have to funnel through the river in order to contest the Baron, and so he simply waits in the fog of war, and this allows him to find a headbutt pulverize onto Azir without even needing his flash, which then forces Pobelter to ult him away, giving Meteos the perfect opportunity to flash and then ult Pobelter to secure the kill. And we can just ignore what happens after that. This has been my analysis on 100 Thieves and specifically how they were able to find such a key engagement in Game 1 of their series against Team Liquid. And this play, apart from some nasty Pobelter ults on Azir, was really the big play that stuck with me throughout the entire series. So I decided to talk about it and make a video about it. So thanks for watching, and if you liked or didn't like some things about the video, try to let me know so I can maybe improve for next time. Bye.